Schaefer Stadium, September 3rd, 1979. Ron Earhart was starting his first full season as head coach, and his New England Patriots were prepared to show a capacity crowd of more than 61,000 and a national television audience that the Monday night jinx was a thing of the past and that a new era was dawning in Foxborough, Massachusetts. The opening night opponents were the defending world champion Pittsburgh Steelers, and an inspired Patriot defense greeted quarterback Terry Bradshaw with 4 sacks, while New England quarterback Steve Grogan led the Patriots to a 7-point lead after 3 tightly contested quarters of play. The game's key play, a Grogan blitz beater to wide receiver Stanley Morgan, which might have put the game away for New England. But the play was nullified by a penalty, and the Steelers went on to win in overtime. As Coach Ron Earhart said afterwards, it was a disappointing loss for us. Penalties killed us. It's just a shame that we played that hard and couldn't win. We'd like to meet them again later, but for now, we've got to get ready for the New York Jets next Sunday. Ron Earhart's Patriots were indeed ready for the New York Jets on a spectacularly beautiful September Sunday in New England. Beautiful for the Patriots, not for Richard Todd and the Jets. The Patriots sacked Todd 9 times, 4 of those by linebacker Mike Hawkins, number 59, as the rampaging Red Shirts held New York to just 3 points, while Steve Grogan came at the Jets with the best day of his professional career. Grogan and the Patriots established a pattern for the entire '79 season with a big play passing attack featuring tight end Russ Francis and the game-breaking wide receivers Harold Jackson, number 29, and Stanley Morgan, number 86. Steve Grogan threw 5 touchdown passes, 2 of them to Stanley Morgan and 3 to Harold Jackson, as the Patriots set or tied 27 team and individual records and demolished the Jets 56-3. Is that a happy Steve Grogan? What a difference a week makes. The following week, Steve Grogan took his aerial act on the road to Cincinnati, where the Patriots spoiled the Bengals' home opener and avoided a letdown of their own with a confidence-building second consecutive victory. The aerial barrage continued in Week 4 against the unbeaten San Diego Chargers in a showdown between the NFL's 2 highest-scoring teams. The Patriots led all the way, but needed several superior plays from the defense to save the victory. The most spectacular play occurred when Dan Fouts had the Chargers within striking distance of the winning touchdown. But number 57, defensive captain Steve Nelson, became the hero of the day as he preserved the Patriots' 3rd consecutive win. The next week in Green Bay, Steve Grogan and Russ Francis gave New England the early lead. But then the mysterious Monday night jinx struck again. 6 turnovers helped the Packers to turn the game around, but the Patriots lost more than a game in Green Bay. 3 starters, Mike Hawkins, Andy Johnson, and Steve Nelson, were lost to injury, and a depressing trend had begun. Back home against the Detroit Lions, strange things continued to happen as the Patriots had more than 150 yards of offense nullified by penalties, including this touchdown by Stanley Morgan. New England's unheralded special teams held the key to this game as number 25, Rick Sanford, set up an important touchdown in a come-from-behind victory. Then, in Chicago for Week 7, the defense came up with another superb effort, holding premier runner Walter Payton to just 42 yards, while Steve Grogan's passing arm was hot again, with 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers, as the Patriots dominated the Bears 27-7. The Patriots returned home for a midseason confrontation with the Miami Dolphins, who ran up a 13-0 lead in the second quarter and who seemed to be on their way to an easy victory. But Bob Greasy and company were to score no more as the New England defense came up with 5 turnovers, including 2 interceptions by Mike Hawkins, one of which he turned into a Patriot touchdown. Steve Grogan came through with another superior performance, one which Ron Earhart called the best overall of his career, as the Patriots came from behind to score 28 consecutive points on the way to their 6th victory in 8 games. At the season's midway point, the Patriots were in sole possession of first place in the AFC East, and despite numerous injuries, appeared to be well on the way to even greater glory. The New England defense led the entire NFL at the halfway point and for much of the 1979 season. While injuries continued to chip away at the Patriots' depth, no opposing runner would surpass the 100-yard mark in any of the 16 games, and only the world champion Steelers would finish the season ahead of the Patriots in total defense in the AFC. The key to Ron Earhart's 3-4 defense is the linebacking core, with potential starters like rookies Bill Matthews, John Zamberlin, and Bob Golick, and young veterans like outside backers Mike Hawkins and Rod Schote, number 56. When the Patriots blitzed the outside men, if Rod Schote didn't get his man, number 55, Ray Kostick, did. The inside linebackers were 6-year veteran Sam Hunt, number 50, and Steve Nelson, number 57, who led the team in tackles with an average of more than 9 per game. The secondary was as tough as ever, with perennial Pro Bowler Mike Haynes, number 40, at one corner, and the team's leading interceptor, Raymond Claiborne, at the other. The strong safety at the start of the season was Doug Bedoin, and when he was hurt, he was replaced by Prentice McRae, who also was injured, and replaced in turn by top draft choice Rick Sanford, number 25. The free safety position was capably handled by Tim Fox, number 48, the team's second leading tackler, and an inspirational leader of the New England secondary since his first start as a rookie in 1976. The Patriots' defensive line seemed to spend the entire season in the opposition's backfield, with nose tackle Ray Sugar Bear Hamilton, number 71, the top tackler among the defensive linemen for the second straight year. The Patriots pass rush came on with intimidating intensity, featuring Richard Bishop, Mark Boobin, and Julius Adams. Mel Lunsford, number 72, was chosen outstanding lineman. And Tony Mac the Sack McGee, number 78, led the team in sacks for the 5th consecutive season. All season long, the Patriots pass rushers were a relentless band from which few quarterbacks were able to escape. They came in waves of red, and the more there were, the better their chances of nailing their quarry. Against league-leading passer Joe Ferguson, the best defense was 10 sacks in 2 games. In all, the Patriot defense sacked the quarterback 57 times and topped the entire NFL in this important category for the 2nd time in 3 seasons. The Patriots led the league in scoring at midseason and would finish second only to Pittsburgh over the full season. But the TV cameras always zoom in on the man with the ball and usually ignore most of the other men who make it possible for the big plays to happen. Men like number 73, All-Pro guard John Hanna, guards Sam Adams and Bob Kreider, tackles Dwight Wheeler, Shelby Jordan, and Gary Petz, along with the elder statesman of the group, center Bill Lenkaitis, and Mr. Versatile, Pete Brock. These are the men who gave quarterback Steve Grogan the time he needed to find his favorite targets, like tight end Russ Francis. Even when he didn't have much time, Grogan found a way to get the ball to number 81. Steve Grogan spread his more than 200 completions among 14 different receivers, and one of the most dependable was number 32, running back Andy Johnson. Unfortunately, Johnson's versatility was lost to injury before the season was 1/3 over. The ball-carrying duties were then shared by 3 other veteran professional running backs, led for the 5th straight season by fullback Sam Cunningham, number 39, who has rushed for more than 5,000 career yards and who closed the 79 season within 160 yards of breaking the all-time Patriot career record held by Jim Nix. Sam Cunningham's blocking often opened the way for his backfield mates, like number 44, Don Calhoun, now the Patriots' 4th-ranked rusher of all time. As with most of the offense, the runners were besieged by injuries. Sam Cunningham missed 5 games, as did number 23, Horace Ivory. But as usual, Ivory came through with some of the season's top performances. Against the Baltimore Colts in Foxborough, despite an injury to Sam Cunningham, the Patriots turned out 248 yards on the ground, 116 of them by Horace Ivory. Horace Ivory was not the only major contributor against the Colts, as the rushing game was more than complemented by the passing of Steve Grogan, who hit on all of his first 8 passes and led the Patriots to a record 27-point second quarter and a 33-7 halftime lead. The Patriots hit the 50-point mark for the 2nd time in the season, as the finishing touches were applied by backup quarterback Tom Owen and running backs Mosi Tutupu and Alan Clark, number 35. The The final score was Patriots 50, Colts 21 in Foxborough. But in Baltimore, despite Steve Grogan's passing for more than 300 yards and 2 more touchdowns to Stanley Morgan, the outcome was decidedly different. A Harold Jackson touchdown was called back, and Burt Jones and his receivers got hot against the NFL's top-rated pass defense. While the Colt receivers were hot, the Patriot receivers were not. 7 dropped passes stifled the offense just enough to allow Baltimore a slim lead. In the final minute, Steve Grogan and the New England offense were stymied on 5 tries inside the Baltimore 10-yard line, and the resurgent Colts held on for their biggest victory of the season. For some inexplicable reason, every contender seems to suffer a slump at some point in the season. And for the 79 Patriots, it occurred in the second half of the season, with an overabundance of strange bounces and a close loss to each of the 4 AFC East divisional rivals, such as the arch-rival Buffalo Bills, with whom the Patriots had as strange and unpredictable a pair of football games as anyone on either side could recall. As with every other division matchup, the Patriots used a tough overall team effort to overwhelm their rivals in one game. In Buffalo, Steve Grogan threw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns, 2 of them to Stanley Morgan, who surpassed 150 yards for the second time in the season. And the Patriots rolled to an easy 26-6 victory over the Bills. In Foxborough, the Patriots had their chances to put the Bills away again. But fate intervened, and Buffalo prevailed by 3 in overtime. The rematch with the Dolphins in Miami was a sadly similar tale. With first place at stake, Steve Grogan had his 4th 300-yard-plus passing game of the season. And for the second time, both wide receivers gained more than 100 yards in the same game. But then the Monday night jinx re-emerged on a gruesome Thursday night, as Bob Greasy evoked nightmares of previous seasons with a come-from-behind Miami victory. Then came the most frustrating rematch of all, against the Jets in New York, where, with the playoffs still in sight, Steve Grogan came up with still another big game, including 2 touchdown passes to Stanley Morgan, his 11th and 12th of the season, a new record for a Patriot receiver. Again, the injury-racked Patriots had come close, but suddenly, the playoffs were no longer in sight. The Patriots ended the 79 season on a positive note against the Minnesota Vikings. A Don Westbrook receiver-to-receiver pass to Don Hasselbeck was just one of many big plays, as Steve Grogan repeatedly went deep for Harold Jackson, who joined Stanley Morgan in the exclusive 1,000-yard club. The first time in 12 years that 2 receivers on one team had both surpassed the magic 1,000-yard mark. The defense, too, displayed its big play capabilities as Ray Claiborne came up with his 5th interception of the season. A season in which Ron Earhart's Patriots had indeed become a big play team in every area, including the special teams, with enthusiastic youngsters like number 25, Rick Sanford, and the Patriots' Rookie of the Year, the Kamikaze Kid, Alan Clark, number 35. Alan Clark was a key performer not only returning kickoffs, but also in covering the punts of Eddie Hare and the kickoffs of John Smith, who returned from injury to lead the entire NFL in scoring. At the other end of the kicking game was number 86, Stanley Morgan, the versatile Pro Bowler who was a threat to score from anywhere on the field. Of course, the trigger man in the Patriots' big play attack was number 14, Steve Grogan. Grogan had the finest of his 5 NFL seasons as he led the league in touchdown passes and commanded an aerial attack which produced a team record 3,200 yards passing. Grogan helped wide receivers Morgan and Jackson to their best seasons, as both averaged more than 22 yards per catch to rank first and second, respectively, in the NFL. Steve Grogan was voted the Patriots' most valuable player for 1979, an honor he was quick to share with his big play teammates. The 1979 Patriots had achieved some of the most important goals Coach Ron Earhart had set for them. They had become one of the NFL's most explosive powers and a team capable of overwhelming the opposition on any given Sunday. An incredible string of injuries and a bizarre series of events had left them just short of the playoffs. But the New England faithful knew that the Patriots would be back, battling for the top, and that a firm foundation had been built for a new era in New England.